6:29 and a half. Good morning, one and all. 'Tis the sundial, WJSV, Washington, D.C. Any music you hear is record G. This is Thursday morning, September the 21st. If I am not took with the mistake, this is the autumnal equinox, isn't it? Today?
Yeah, it would be.
I expect it is. This is the first day of fall officially, isn't it?
That's 21, yeah.
I do believe it is. I sort of had a hunch. And we got a full moon coming up here. A full moon. Let's see now. When will it be full? It'll be full on the 28th. Oh, well, that's 1 week from today. That's right. It's 1 week from today. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a very lovely morning, 6:30 in the off. And a man says generally fair and cooler today, he says. It was 57.5 degrees on the farm this morning. Friday fair with slowly rising temperature. Gentle northerly winds today. Generally fair and cooler. 6:31, 29 minutes of 7 o'clock.
Never in a million years could there be another you. I would shed a million tears if ever we were through. Never in a million moons could you ever be surpassed. And darling, for a million Junes this love of ours will last. There would be no world for me if ever we would part. Where I go, your name will be right on the tip of my heart. For only once in every lifetime, someone just like you appears. Is there any greater glory, any greater thrill? No, never in a million years.
Thirty-four, 26 minutes of 7 o'clock. A citywide advance sale of tickets for the Amateur Boxing Carnival, to be sponsored by the Washington Society for the Blind at Griffith Stadium on October 11th, is underway now. The tickets are on sale at Griffith Stadium, all the police precincts, and are also being handled by 1,000 Boy Scouts who volunteered their services, bless their hearts. So if a Boy Scout comes around with a ticket for the Amateur Boxing Carnival at Griffith Stadium on October 11, remember, it's sponsored by the Washington Society for the Blind, and you'll be doing a great turn. It's 25 minutes of 7 o'clock, it is. Anybody interested in a boat? As who isn't? You all remember Forey, don't you? Harold Forey, our very handsome young assistant chief engineer we had around here for so long. Forey had an accident, you remember, a couple of years ago, on horseback. Horse ran away with him, and he ran into a tree and broke his arm and his leg. He was in emergency hospital for so long. Well, Harry's all right again, and everything's okay. And about a year and a half ago, he started building a boat which he named the Lolita, Lolita. She's 40 feet 8 inches overall, 12 foot 6 inches beam. She draws about 2 feet 8 inches of water. She's a raised deck Chesapeake Bay dead rise cruiser that can go to sea and take it. Harold built her, and he knows, and she's been out there in the heavy stuff and proved herself all right. She's powered with a Gray 671 with a 2-to-1 reduction gear. She turns a 1916 wheel, and the motor has been run less than 75 hours. In other words, the darn thing is pretty near new. Her framing is white oak. All the planking is #1 Gulf cypress, except the 2 bottom planks, which are Washington fir. The other bottom planking is #1 Gulf cypress. Now, Harold's been transferred, you know. He's out in St. Louis. Is it St. Louis? Chicago, is it? Yeah, he's been transferred to Chicago as an engineer for Columbia. And he's got his boat here. And he can't spare the time nor the money to take the boat from here to Chicago, so he has it for sale. Now, here's a grand boat, beautifully built boat. Got gasoline capacity 80 gallons, fresh water 30 gallons, sleeps 6 persons very conveniently. She cruises to 10 and 11 miles an hour, top speed 14, and she's fully equipped with the exception of the interior lights, which can be installed for approximately $25. As a matter of fact, the running lights are installed, but they're not hooked up. Wouldn't take much. Now, you can get in touch with me about Forey's boat, or call a feller named Dick Hall. Dick Hall at 200 Rhode Island Avenue Northeast. Call him at Michigan 5457. Michigan 5457, and he'll be glad to show you Forey's boat, which is a honey. It's 22 minutes of 7 o'clock. It's 41, 19 minutes to 7 o'clock. Wait a minute, I want to make sure if I heard something right. What lady done that? 19 minutes to 7 o'clock is the time. Generally fair and cooler today, the man says. It's going to be a nice day. You better come on, get up. You better come on, get up. You better come on, you better come on, you better come on, get up. Ya-da-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. How do you like Pepsi-Cola, Mother? You like Pepsi-Cola? Why don't you get a lot of it and keep it around the house and serve it to the kids when they come home from school? It won't hurt them. It's good for them. Wholesome, healthful, made from the essence of pure fruit juices. You couldn't hurt anybody with it. And its tangy fruit flavor appeals to young and old alike. And it's only 5 cents. 5 cents for a big 12-ounce bottle that contains 2 full glasses, or 2 glasses full. Now, why don't you order the handy carry-home carton, 6 bottles of Pepsi-Cola. The price is only $6, 6 for a quarter. You get that? 6 for a quarter. When you buy 6 of them, you get 1 free. Buy it straight, it's 5 cents a bottle. 6 for a quarter, and the carton is easy to carry, handy to store, convenient for returning the empty bottles. Drink Pepsi-Cola. 6:42 in the off, 17 in the off minutes of 7 o'clock.
Look here, partner. What's all this highfalutin whistling about? Why are you so happy?
Well, I tell you, Butch, it goes like this. In the evening when I climb down from my saddle, oh, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay. There's a new moon on the sage, my cares skedaddle. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay. When the ride on the range, you'll understand. It's a heaven on earth, it's a promised land. In the evening when I climb down from my saddle, yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay. Where the deer and the antelope roam, it's the place that I call home sweet home. In the evening when I climb down from my saddle, I want to say, oh, yippee-yi-yay.
Five in the off, 14 in the off minutes is 7 o'clock. This is the Sundial, WJSV, Washington, D.C. The music is Record D. Hey, you know, Pilcher? Pilcher? I have a funny feeling this morning that my few words here are being set aside, so to speak, for posterity. I don't know why. I just have a hunch. I'm not sure. Would you care to come and say a few words for posterity? Well, here's one that'll get you down, my friendly. It's 14 minutes to 7 o'clock. It says here, Arthur, please announce that there will be a midnight show tonight of the women. And how about the women treating the men to this show? It says, talking about style, wait till you see that gorgeous $250 nightgown that is part of the Technicolor fashion show in the new picture, The Women. Fancy that, paying $250 for a nightie. Huh? Mine costs $1.50, and I bet I sleep better than she does. I bet you. Well, anyway, MGM has screened Claire Booth's malicious, delicious play that's a riot of revelations about our own sex. You know, men is what I'm talking, men. Norma Shearer, Joan Crawford, Rosalind Russell head 100% female cast. Did you see the play? Oh, boy, the gossip and the rumor and the scandal flies on the wings of the wittiest dialogue you've ever heard. Luxury beauty parlors, homes, and hotels. Oh, pardon me. I've always wondered what I'd do if I had to sneeze on the air. Now I know. Where was I? Luxury beauty parlors, homes, and hotels are the background for this exciting, penetrating play that's all about women and their problems with men. The Women, the picture you must see, opens tomorrow at Lowe's Palace Theater. It's quite a picture. Quite a picture. $250 for a nightie. How about it, Goody? Would you go for one of those? $250 nightie? 11 and a half minutes to 7. 51 and a half, 8.5 minutes of 7 o'clock. Has anybody got the misery in the muscles this morning? Maybe you work too hard or you play too hard. And you're left with the sore, aching muscles. So you must try Minute Rub. MINITRUB, Minute Rub. It's a new and different way to help relieve any kind of muscle discomfort quickly. You just rub on the Minute Rub, and soon its counter-irritant and pain-relieving actions working together start bringing you real comfort. Minute Rub. It's grand for aching puppies, too. Oh. And it quickly helps relieve nervous headaches due to overwork or fatigue. Minute Rub is greaseless, it's stainless, and it's approved by Good Housekeeping. Get a tube from your drugstore today. Never be without this Claventrude. Minute Rub. MINITRUB. 6:52 and a half. 7.5 minutes of 7 o'clock, the 21st day of September. Fair and slightly cooler today. Fair and slightly cooler, the man said. Mr. Harry Rainsberger, Jr. has a birthday today. Hello, Mr. Rainsberger. Greetings from your family, my friendly. Let me see what else is there here. What you should know about which you should. Oh, yes. A little message here from my neighbors out there in Virginia. The Council of the Town of Leesburg and the Leesburg Rotary Club have adopted resolutions urging the State Highway Commission of the Commonwealth of Virginia to take steps to improve Virginia Route number 7. That's the Leesburg Pike, you know, between Clark's Gap and Falls Church. Now, the chairman of the Highway Commission is urged to arrange for a public hearing of all governmental bodies, civic organizations, and their representatives. And when the date has been set, all officials, civic leaders, and citizens are urged to attend. So, let us all inform the chairman of the Highway Commission of our interest in the improvement of the Leesburg Pike and get him to have a public hearing, and let's hear what we folks have to say. The traffic on that road nowadays is something terrific. And it's the same old road that George Washington laid out many moons ago. It would be nice if we could get it widened, those blind hills and curves taken out of it. Huh? So it's 5.5 minutes before 7 o'clock. Here's a new Horace Height recording.
lullaby. Somewhere over dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I?
57 in the off, 2.5 minutes of 7 o'clock. Robert William Hyde. Robert William Hyde of Jackson Avenue in Riverdale is 2 years old today. Hello, Robert. Sue Wiley of 16th Street Southeast is a birthday, and Mrs. Melby, greetings from your husband and sister. Oh, dear, somebody lost a gold heart-shaped baby's locket. Diamond chip on one side, the initials A.S. on the other. Was lost in Petworth. It's of sentimental value. If you found it, will you call Columbia 1943J? Thank you. 2 minutes of 7 o'clock. Prices on imported goods are going up, my friend, which is only natural. Furs, for example. Insurance rates for transferring furs from Central Europe have jumped 3,000%. 3,000% for insurance rates. Imagine the effect on the fur prices. Now, Zlotnick the furrier prepared. Months ago, Mr. Zlotnick bought heavily of the choicest imported fur pelts. Now these gorgeous furs are available at Zlotnick at original price levels. If you mean to buy a new fur coat, be forewarned by this good advice from Zlotnick the furrier. Now is the time to buy your furs. Gorgeous furs, original prices. At Zlotnick, individual terms may be arranged. Zlotnick the furrier is at the sign of the Big White Bear, 12th and G, Northwest. Drop in and see him, ladies. Zlotnick, spelled M-E-R-R-Y-M-A-N, Zlotnick. So it's 6:59 in the hour, 1.5 minutes before 7 o'clock. 21st day of September, the autumnal equinox, I think. I'll give you a gong when it's exactly 7. This is Sundial, WJSB, Washington, D.C. The music is recorded. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. 7 o'clock exactly.
School days, dear old golden rule days, reading and writing and arithmetic, taught to the tune of the hickory stick. I was your queen in calico. You were my bashful barefoot beau, and I rode on your sleigh. I love you, Joe, when we were a couple of kids.
Sunbonnet Sue, sunshine and roses ran second to you. You look so nice, I kissed you twice under your sunbonnet blue. It was only a kind of a kid kiss, but it tasted lots nicer than pie. And the next thing I knew, I was dead stuck on you when I was a kid so high. look out for Jimmy Valentine, for he's a pal of mine, a sentimental crook with a touch that lingers in his sandpapered fingers. He can find the combination of your pocketbook. Look out, for when you see his lantern shine, that's the time to jump right up and shout, help! He'd steal a horse and cart, he'd even steal a girlie's heart when Jimmy Valentine gets out. I'd buy up every schoolhouse in the nation, and I'd write upon the blackboard big and clear, instead of one there will be 2 vacations, each vacation 6 months, twice a year, and there wouldn't be no school when it was raining. I'd let you stay at home when it was fair. You'd have free soda fountains. Say I'd build you ice cream mountains if I was a millionaire.
If I was a millionaire, 'tis 3 minutes past 7 o'clock. What do you have for breakfast in your house, Mother? Did you ever try Force toasted wheat flakes? Ah, me, there is a breakfast cereal nobody in your house will turn their noses up at, I bet you. Force toasted wheat flakes. It is delish. I know whereof I speak because I was brought up on this stuff. Force toasted wheat flakes. Maybe you remember it. Years ago it used to be down here, they tell me. Sonny Jim, you know they had a big Sonny Jim doll that we used to stuff. They'd send you the outline of the doll, you know, in cloth, and you'd stuff it with stuff. And it was some fun. But now you give you a premium for you, Mother. A premium you can use. With every 2 boxes of Force toasted wheat flakes that you buy, you get a very colorful table napkin right along with the package. Pretty soon you'll have a whole luncheon set. These are very nice napkins. And you can get the tablecloth to match with 2 Force box tops plus $1. But aside from the premium, the Force toasted wheat flakes is really a delicious cereal. Try it, will you? You can get it at any United, DGS store, any independent grocer around your part of the country. It is well worth looking for, I'm telling you. It's 5 minutes past 7 o'clock. 7:05. Creola Verbal Price of K Street is 4 years old today. Hello there, Creola. Look behind the radio, will you, Huntsy Boo? Mrs. Ellen Warner has a birthday, too. Greetings from husband and children. Ruby Lee Weekly, Fairfax, Virginia, has a birthday today. And the Grainsville Methodist Church is holding an ice cream festival at the church this evening, beginning at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock this evening at the Grainsville Methodist Church. Grainsville. Where is Grainsville? I know a Gainesville, but I do not know of a Grainsville. Where is that? It's 6 minutes past 7.
If a buddy meet a buddy coming through the ride, if a buddy kiss a buddy, need a buddy cry. Every lassie has her laddie name, they say hi. Yet all the lads, they smile on me when coming through the ride. Among the train there is a swain I dearly love myself, but what's his name or where's his hame I do not choose to tell. Every lassie has her laddie name, they say hi. Yet all the lads, they smile on me when coming through the ride.
Isn't that a clever record? That's by the champagne music of Lawrence Welk. Name what? Bob Pilcher says, try to name 2 musical instruments that aren't in that orchestra. Expect you're right at that, my friend. It's 8.5 minutes past 7 o'clock. 7:08 in the off. Oh, everybody has his buddy. No, that isn't right, is it? Or something, anyhow. Is you a jitterbug? Well, this is the last call for the jitterbugs. Tonight at 10 o'clock on the Wardman Park dance floor, Washington's crop of jitterbug dancers compete in the semifinals of the Harvest Moon Ball, the finals of which will be held at the Griffith Stadium on the evenings of October 3rd and 4th. There's no entry fee, but you must be 18 years of age or over. Enroll now by calling the Wardman Park Hotel, or better still, drop into the Willard Hotel Music Bureau today and fill out your entry blank. The grand prize is an all-expense trip to the New York World's Fair. And by the way, there's going to be a mob at Griffith Stadium on both nights, October 3rd and 4th. So make your Harvest Moon Ball reservations by calling the ballpark or any of the leading Washington hotels. 55 cents to $1.65. That entitles you to see the 5 dance contests and afterwards have the privilege of dancing yourself for 3 hours to the swing tunes of Glenn Gray and his famous Casa Loma Orchestra in person. By the way, Joe, will you get me that recording of Glenn Gray's Sunrise Serenade? He's got the best one that was made. And don't forget, there's still time to enter tonight's Jitterbug semifinals at the Wardman Park Hotel, 10 o'clock tonight. Get that Harvest Moon spirit, my friend. It's too bad they had to wait till October the 3rd and 4th for that night, for those 2 nights. The moon will be full on the 28th of this month. Come the 3rd or 4th, it'll be about gone. That's a shame. But anyway, it's going to be a grand time. It's 7:11 right now, 11 minutes past 7 o'clock. And here's a little of the Glenn Gray boys. 7:14, 14 minutes past 7 o'clock. Sonny Billman of Lawrence Street Northeast is 4 years old today. Hello, Sonny boy. I have here a late news bulletin from your Arrow News reporter. It was announced in Paris today that France has completed its general mobilization, and the country's entire manpower is in readiness for action at concentration points or has been assigned to duty. And another bulletin from the French High Command from Paris says the French High Command issued War Communique number 35 this morning, and here's how it read. There was local activity between advanced posts. There was artillery action on both sides. This refers to the Western Front. That's what the communique said. It's 7:15, 7:15. This is the Sundial, WJSV, Washington, D.C. The music is recorded. And Christopher Hopwood of Fulton Street Northwest is a birthday today. Hello, Chris. I'm sorry to hear you broke your arm, my friend. This is very sad business. But never you mind now. You'll be a man for your mother. Go look under the chair, will you? There's a little something under the chair there. What was that little thing we used to have when we were kids? Pussycat, pussycat, what have you there under the chair or something? What is it? I forget. Somebody found a plain watch, a Bulova wristwatch, yellow gold. Is this yourn? Call 223 3rd Street Northwest. 223 3rd Street Northwest. Margaret Quick, Independence Avenue, has a birthday today. Many happy returns of the day, Margaret. I hope you don't have birthdays too quick. Now, wait a minute. Let me tell you about a little something here. Coast Inn has gone Pontiac, and Washington's Pontiac buyers are going Coast Inn. To keep pace with the sales of new 1940 Pontiacs, Coast Inn now stages a gigantic sale of late-model road-tested cars. Cars that have been thoroughly reconditioned to pass the D.C. inspection. The Coast Inn people say you just name your own price, your own terms, and your own trade-in allowance. Well, you can't beat that. Here's a radio special, a 38 Chevrolet Master Deluxe Town Sedan, 1938. Beautiful golden beige finish, immaculate mohair interior, covered since it was new, and 5 almost new tires, radio and a heater. Now, this is quite a buy. A road-tested 1938 Chevrolet Master Deluxe Town Sedan, and it's only $575. That's at Coast Inn, Washington's big new direct factory Pontiac dealer in the 400 block of Florida Avenue in the Northeast. It's 7:17 and a half. Now I got a little piece of music for you and then a surprise, a very pleasant surprise I didn't even know about myself till I just walked in here. First of all, let us have a little music, like Fables in Sable or something by the New Friends of Rhythm. 7:21, 21 minutes past 7 o'clock. Here's the latest news about the reported revolt of German subjects from your Arrow News reporter. High British sources believe the only thing strange about the reported uprising in the Czech provinces is that it came so early in the war. They say plans for a revolt have been brewing in Bohemia and Moravia for a long time, and that Czechs have been hiding guns and ammunition ever since the Sudeten crisis of September in 1938. Now remember, these are reports. Nothing has been confirmed yet. The reported disturbance is said to have started on Sunday and was bolstered on Tuesday when 15,000 Slovak troops revolted. Reported. Prague and Brunn were reported to be among the rioting towns. A Czech spokesman denies emphatically that the Germans provoked the revolt deliberately in order to have an excuse to kill off Czech freedom. This has been denied emphatically. The official German news agency denies reports of riots in the Skoda and Brunn arms factories and of a mutiny in the Slovak army. An official spokesman describes the stories as perfect nonsense. So you takes your choice. There it is. These bulletins are from your Arrow News reporter. Now, I told you I had a surprise for you, and then we were going to put it on right now. It's 7:22 and a half. And, of course, you know the President's Cup Regatta is going on these days. Last weekend we had the sail races, and coming up we're going to have the motorboat races. And this morning we have several guests, chief among whom is the chairman of the Trophy Committee of the President's Cup Regatta, Mr. Samuel A. Sim, which I'm very happy to have the opportunity to present right now. Come in, Mr. Sim. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, Arthur, and I hope that you are. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I know of no sport in which the contestants compete for the love of the game more than they do in boat racing. But I believe that you, who will be lining the banks of the Potomac this coming weekend, will be interested in the material symbols which will await the winners of these races. Time doesn't permit a description of all of the 60-odd trophies to be awarded, and so I'm going to tell you something about Friday, the opening day, something about what you can expect and what the drivers can look forward to receiving when they come across that finish line first. Friday is outboard day, and these little putt-putts will really give you a thrill. Their speed on the straightaway may be more than 60 miles an hour. And though they're not much bigger than overgrown mosquitoes, they ask no odds on the turns. The holders of the National Outboard Association amateur records for both the straightaways and competitive courses are entered in classes A, B, and C. The trophies for each of these three classes have been contributed to the President's Cup Regatta by the Calvert Distillers Corporation of Baltimore, and those 9 trophies are really beautiful. Time is short, and I can't describe these trophies, nor any of the others. But I'll tell you what I will do. I'll put all of the trophies on display in the lobby of the Willard Hotel beginning at 2 p.m. today. And from then on, you can see not only these trophies, but the President's Cup, the Hearst Trophy, the John Charles Thomas Trophy, and all of the rest of the trophies, from now until the end of the regatta. I have with me today 3 of the drivers of the midget class, 3 very charming young ladies, Irene, Betty, and Frances Defferball. Pop Defferball standing here too, and while he's not a midget, he'll be driving in one of the other classes. And I'm going to ask these young ladies just to say hello to you. Frances, go first. Come up where they can hear you.
Hello, Frances. How old are you, Frances?
15.
How long you been driving one of those putt-putts?
3 years.
3 years. Now, who taught you? Your daddy?
Well, some. Taught myself mostly.
Did you really? Frances, present me to your sister, will you?
Betty Defferball.
Betty, how are you this morning?
I'm fine.
You drive too, do you?
Uh-huh.
How old are you, Betty?
16.
16. You got another sister there. Who's she?
Irene.
Irene. Irene, how old are you?
Well, I'm 18.
18. Now, what have we got? 16, 17, 18, is that it?
15, 16, 18.
Oh, 15, 16, and 18, and all three drive the midget outboard motorboats, huh?
That's right.
Which one is the best? That we'll find out, huh? You all going to race in the same class?
Yes.
Well, that'll be a lot of fun. Well, it sure was nice to have you up here. How about Pop Deffenball? What's he do? Get Pop over here on the mic with you, too. Where is he?
Hello.
How are you this morning? You got any other children?
Oh, yeah, I got one more little girl.
One more little girl.
Yeah.
She drive, too?
She's not big enough.
Oh, she's not big enough.
She's only 8.
And you're in the larger class, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the stooge for the kids. I keep the outfits running for them.
Well, I wish you all a lot of luck out there. What day are you going to race, you three girls?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow it is, huh? What time? 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. Well, we're going to be out there watching you. Good luck, and thanks ever so much for coming up. It's 27 minutes past 7 o'clock.
Come away with me, Lucille, in my merry old mobile. Down the road of life we'll fly, automobile bubbling, you and I. To the church we'll swiftly steal, then our wedding bells will peal. You can go as far as you like with me in my merry old mobile.
Come away with me, Lucille, in my merry old mobile. Down the road of life we'll fly, automobile bubbling, you and I. To the church we'll swiftly steal, then our wedding bells will peal. You can go as far as you like with me in my merry old mobile.
Oh, come away with me, Lucille, in my merry old mobile. Down the road of life we'll fly, automobile bubble, and you and I. To the church we'll swiftly steal, then our wedding bells are gonna peal. You can go as far as you like with me in my merry old mobile.
It's 7:29 and a half. 29 and a half minutes past 7 o'clock. This is the sundial at WJSD, Washington, D.C. The music is recorded. By the way, if you like fudge cake, you will be glad to know that the featured item on today's Liggett Soda Fountain menu is fudge cake made the Liggett way and served with delicious Liggett's ice cream. And this is a featured item for only 10 cents. Oh, boy, that is a real treat. So leg it to Liggett's today for a light lunch, will you? That gong was 7:30, right upon the schnozzle. Let me see if there's anybody born at 7:30 here. Oh, yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Ira W. Smith of Buffalo, New York, who are visiting Mr. and Mrs. Chesley at Fairfax Station, Virginia, are celebrating Mr. Smith's 85th birthday and Mr. and Mrs. Smith's 54th wedding anniversary. Greetings from all their friends in Virginia. Bill Jackson of Franconia, Virginia has a birthday today, and Earl Clifton Shavir, I guess. Yeah, Earl Clifton Shavir of Seabrook, Maryland is 3 years old. Greetings from Mama and Daddy, Earl. Earl's uncle, Wilford Hickerson, has a birthday, too, and so is his grandmother, Mrs. C.B. Hickerson. Big doings in the Sheaver and Hickerson families. Little Bobby Jane Thompson of Brookmont, Maryland, is 10 years old this morning. Hiya, Bobby. 7:31, 29 minutes of 8 o'clock. I have here a little recording by Frankie Masters. He sent it to me in the mail yesterday. Says, I want you to try it and see if it's any good. We will do that.
Ho, ho, ho! Ha, ha, ha! That's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz.
That's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Buzz, 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 chirp, 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 and a couple of la-di-das. That's how the crickets crick all day in the merry old land of Oz. We get up at 12 and start to work at 1. Taking off for lunch and then at 2 we're done. Jolly good fun, ha, 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 ho, 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 and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz.
Ra-ta-da-da-ha-ha, ho, 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 and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we laugh the day away in the merry land of Oz. Oh, buzz, 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 chirp, 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 chirping with their moths. That's how the crickets crick all day in the merry land of Oz. We get up at 12 and start to work at 1. Taking out for lunch and then at 2 we're done. Jolly good fun, ho, ho, chirp, chirp, and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we laugh the day away in the merry land of Oz.
Ha, ha, ho, 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 buzz, 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 chirp, chirp, chirp.
It's 26 minutes of 8 o'clock. Step up, boys. I got some clothes to sell you with 2 pairs of pants in each suit. You've heard me say that more men wear Bond clothes than any other clothes in America, haven't you? You've probably heard others say the same thing. You may have seen some of your friends proudly display the Bond label in their suits, because that means that their suits were tailored by America's finest needleworkers. Well, it's a great thing, you know. You open up your coat and show your Bond, see? And that Bond label is also the insignia of a discriminating buyer. You and your friends have a right to be just as proud of it as the Bond organization is, because it appears only in suits with distinguished style, choice woolens, perfect fit, and tailoring. You can take pride, too, in the savings you made, because whether you paid $25, $30, or $35, you conservatively saved $7.50 and received an extra pair of trousers to boot, which means more months of wear at no extra cost. Do not take me literally when I say an extra pair of trousers to boot. I hope nobody... Now, if some of your friends haven't tried Bond clothes yet, tell them to drop into the Bond store, B-O-N-D, 1335 F Street, Northwest. Tell them it pays to buy at Bond's. You save money. It's 25 minutes of 8, and here's a little tune called Passengers Will Please Refrain. 22 minutes of 8 o'clock. I got some more Arrow News reporter stuff here. From London, Warsaw is still held by the Poles. This is indicated in broadcasts from the Warsaw radio station picked up in London. Late last night, the station announced that Polish soldiers with bayonets had cleared the Germans from 2 suburbs of the Polish capital. From Moscow comes a Red Army communique claiming that the Soviet is mopping up in eastern Poland with little or no resistance. According to the communique, the Reds have taken 60,000 prisoners, 280 guns, and 120 airplanes. In Berlin, the Nazis are transferring thousands of their best troops from Poland to the Western Front. The German High Command announces the Polish campaign is, quote, closed, unquote. From Paris, the French claim superiority in the skies as a result of the first real air fights with the Germans on the Western Front. A number of Nazi planes are said to have been shot down by French flyers using American-made pursuit ships. These are from your Arrow News reporter. It's 21 minutes of 8 o'clock. And Elmer Gill, Jr. of Arlington, Virginia, just moved here to Washington from Memphis, Tennessee as a birthday today. Hiya, Elmer. Greetings to your birthday and welcome to our fair village. This is a lovely morning, you know, and the man says fair and cooler today, he says. Janice Hilland of 158 Custer Road is 6 years old today. Hello, Janice. How are you this morning, my friend? This is my old lawyer friend, Arthur Hilland's daughter. Happy birthday, and say hello to your daddy and your mama for me. Let me see what else is there here. Many lost articles. Many lost, few found. Great day. Bulldogs, Spitz dogs, Grack and Gray goats, patent leather pocketbooks. Life is very sad. Let us play here a little prelude to Act 1 of Carmen, huh? Well, Carmen has come in, and I'm going to sell the boys another suit of clothes with 2 pairs of pants. Bond clothes offer so many advantages that it's hard to say which ones appeal the most. A lot of men give first place to Bond's economy. They like the idea of saving conservatively $7.50 on each suit from Bond's factory direct-to-you plan. You see, in the Bond situation, there's no middleman to get his cut. You get it direct from the factory. Others are keen for the 2 trousers with every Bond suit, because with them they get as much wear from a Bond suit as if they had 2 suits, see? Oh, yes. You could wear one pair of pants for Fridays, one for Sundays, you see, and cut down plenty on pressing bills besides. You could press the Sunday pants and let the other ones go. Still others like the smooth fit, the stays fit, thanks to Bond's Rochester needlework. Of course, everybody likes the two ways you can charge it. No extra cost for credit. No, sir. While these are only a few of Bond's many advantages, I think they'll give you a fairly good idea of why more men wear Bond clothes than any other clothes in America. That's true. Once you've seen the kind of value you get at $25, $30, and $35 in 2 pairs of pants with every suit, you'll know why. Nevertheless, my dear friends, the monkeys have no tails in Pago Pago.
Four little monkeys upon a tree, one fell down and there were 3. How did the monkey lose his hold? Well, here is the story that I was told. Monkeys have no tails in Pago Pago. They haven't any it where monkeys sit, ain't that too bad? For when they fly through the trees, how slowly they go. But if they had a tail, how they could sail is awfully sad. Have they eyes, ya-ya-ya? Have they ears, ya-ya? Have they tongues, ya-ya-ya? But have the poor things any tails? No! Monkeys have no tails in Pago Pago. They sit around all day and moan and wail. No tail, no tail, no tail. They try all the latest things for growing tails, but no matter what they use, it fails. It's a shame, it's a shame. They are something, there is no one that they can blame. They use lemon juice, charlotte fruit, and even hops and all. But where does it get them in the end? They use Vaseline, gasoline, and rub it in with salt. But where does it get them in the end? Have they eyes, ya-ya-ya? Have they ears, ya-ya? Have they tongues, ya-ya-ya? But have the poor things any tails? No! The monkeys have no tails in Pago Pago. They sit around all day and moan and wail. No tail, no tail, no
It's 47 minutes past 7 o'clock, 13 minutes of 8. So don't forget, boys, Bond Clothing Store is the place for you to buy clothes. More men buy Bond clothes than any other clothes in America. And remember, you get 2 pairs of trousers with each suit. $25, $30, and $35. Bond, 1335 F Street. So it's 12 and a half minutes of 8 o'clock. Mrs. Melby, greetings from your husband and your sister. It's your birthday today. Mrs. Betty Lynch of 16th Street Southeast is 16. Miss Betty Lynch, pardon me. Greetings from Mother and Daddy. The nurses at Sibley Hospital want to hear the beer-barreled palooka. Also, Mrs. Loyola Cabot of Mount Rainier. She's in Sibley Hospital, the mother of a small son. Congratulations, Mrs. Cabot. Mr. and Mrs. Charles E. Calvert at 13th Street Northwest are celebrating their 63rd wedding anniversary today, if you please. They are 84 and 82, respectively. My. Mr. and Mrs. Roger Flather are just recruits at it. They're celebrating their 14th anniversary today. Congratulations. And now I have a real surprise for you. My good friend Tom Morgan walked in here just now. And on his arm, the loveliest creature I have seen in many, many snows. The Queen of the President's Cup Regatta, Miss Ruth Overton. Tom is sitting over there at a microphone behind me. And I'm going to ask him to come on in and say a few words about the regatta. Come on, Tom. You just talk into that thing. They'll get it.
Yes. Hello, Arthur. The regatta will open Friday morning at 11:30 when the roaring outboard races get underway. You all know outboards carry their motors outside the hull at the stern. And nothing can equal the thrill of these fearless racers. Sometimes they reach speeds up to 70 miles an hour. This is a suicide class if there ever was one. Friday, you will be given your only chance to see the outboards race, with the exception of 2 outboard races, which will take place Saturday at 12:40 and 1 o'clock. After that, Saturday will be devoted entirely to the inboard races. Inboard carry their motors inside the hull and come under 2 classifications. Hydroplanes, which practice skim over the surface of the water when driving at racing speed, and runabouts, which drive low in the water and depend for their speed on cutting through the water rather than skimming its surfaces, being commonly known as displacement boats. Both hydroplanes and runabouts are classified according to cubic inch piston displacement. Races are scheduled for the commonly called 91s, 135s, and 225s maximum cubic inch displacement. Boats competing in the President's Cup race must have a piston displacement of not less than 366 cubic inches, no more than 732 cubic inches. Saturday will see the running of the first heat of the President's Cup at 2:30 p.m. and the second heat at 4:15 p.m., as well as runabouts, and Sunday afternoon will open at 1 p.m. There will be hydroplane races, ladies free-for-all races, aquaplane race, and the final heat of the President's Cup. And in connection with the President's Cup event, I want to tell you that the President's Cup Regatta made history last week when Aubrey Bogley, chairman of the racing committee, was able to announce that 6 positive entries have been received for the climax race of the 1939 season. This big entry may stimulate 1 or 2 other entries to come out of cover between now and next Saturday afternoon. There will be My Sin, Gold Cup winner Detroit over the Labor Day weekend, owned by Zal Simmons of Greenwich, Connecticut, and Herbert Mendelssohn's famous Notre Dame, which raced and won here in 35 and 37. This is another odd year. The superstitious may feel he is fated to win this year. Don't miss it. Then there will be Why Worry, So Long, Miss Canada, and Arctic Turn the Third. Why Worry is owned and driven by Wild Bill Cantrell of Louisville, Kentucky. I've heard of their beautiful women, fine horses, and now we hear good whiskey, and now we hear of Kentucky's skilled boat pilots. So Long is owned by Lou Faggio of San Marino, California. This Canada is owned by Harold Wilson of Ingersoll, Canada, and he will be here unless Canada keeps him home on account of the war. Arctic Turn the Third of Baltimore is to be piloted by Ernie Chase, and Notre Dame will be handled by Dan Arena. One of the biggest regrets of the President's Cup race is that Count Theo Rossi, that magnificent Italian sportsman, will not compete with his Olaja due to war in Europe. He cabled Chairman Bogley, "Many thanks. Your telegram received. It was anyhow too late. Mechanics and military service unable me to compete. Best wishes, Theo Rossi." Friday evening there will be the Illuminated Water Carnival at 8 p.m., at which time the Queen will be crowned on a boat in front of the reviewing stands, after which the illuminated craft will pass in review. This will be followed by a torchlight canoe formation by paddlers of the Washington Canoe Club, followed by a thrilling spectacle of fireworks. Chairman Bogley wishes to impress on all pleasure boat owners who expect to view the races from their craft that the Gravelly Point Airport dredging has deepened the local channel 40 to 50 feet deep, requiring more anchor chain than most pleasure crafts normally carry. It's requested that those in such crafts refrain from throwing any debris, such as bottles and cans, in the river because of the danger of fouling one of the contesting crafts.
Where is the... which channel is that, Tom?
All events will be in the Georgetown Channel off the Potomac Haynes Point.
Off the Potomac Haynes Point, huh? How are we going to ad-lib here without a script anyhow? Let's see, where is all this to take place?
In the
All in that Georgetown channel?
Georgetown Channel to Haynes Point.
How do we get there?
Well, you get there by automobile and bus, Arthur. Buses will leave from the south end of the Treasury and take passengers around Haynes Point for 25 cents. With stopover periods as long as desired, returning to the south end of the Treasury.
How much is it going to cost us, Tom, to get in all these events?
Well, that's the best part. Everything is really reasonable. Boxes containing 6 chairs and table, good for all 3 days of racing, and for Illuminated Water Carnival, are $13.20. To reserve boxes for the races and the Water Carnival, call the Regatta headquarters at the Willard Hotel. Phone National 4420. Our reserved seats per day of racing are 65 cents. Unreserved chairs per day of racing, 40 cents. Our children under 14, accompanied by their parents, one-half price in this section only. For the Illuminated Water Carnival, general admission, except boxes, 25 cents. All other tickets may be obtained at the AA, Keystone Automobile Club, Shoreham Hotel, Willard Hotel, 2 drugstores at Union Station, the Greyhound Bus Terminal.
Tom, tell me, what becomes of the money?
Arthur, I don't believe, ever make enough money to more than defray the expense.
Uh-huh. And it's supported by the civic-minded citizens,
right.
huh?
Yes.
I see. Now, last night, let me get my script out here. I wish to ad-lib in good style. Last night, I brushed up on my court etiquette. I discovered that I must not speak to our queen unless she first speaks to me, and that at all times when I address her, I must say, ma'am. So, Your Majesty, will you please speak to me so we can get on with this broad scatter?
Good morning, Sir Godfrey. You have my permission to proceed.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, how does it feel to be queen of this President's Cup Regatta?
Well, I'm enjoying all the excitement and entertainment, and I'm thrilled to hear that Under Secretary of Commerce Edward J. Noble is to officiate at the coronation. But I fear there'll be a bit of knee-shaking down there Friday night when he places that crown on my head.
Take care you don't shake your head now. Tell us, what are you going to wear for the coronation?
Well, the frock is made of brocaded satin. It has a basque waist, a very full skirt.
What kind of waist is this?
Basque. Don't ask me how to spell it.
Okay.
A sweetheart neckline and cap sleeves.
A sweetheart neckline. Mm-hmm. And cap sleeves.
Cap sleeves.
Uh-huh. What kind of a crown is it? Have you seen it?
Haven't seen it.
Don't know yet, huh?
Don't know.
After the coronation and the Illuminated Water Pageant, where do you expect to go?
I plan to go to the Willard at 10:30, the Mayflower at 11:15, and the Shoreham at 12. And I will be accompanied by my entire court.
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
Really? Eyes were gusted. What do you and the ladies of your court think of your escorts?
Oh, we find them all our hearts could desire, and there's no question about it. We like them best, of course, when they're all dressed up in those gorgeous uniforms.
Mm-hmm. Tom, you going to be in that escort?
No.
No? And you the boss of this thing?
Well, I'm going to be
He hasn't got a uniform.
the chaperone, Arthur.
Oh, you're going to chaperone.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Who's going to chaperone you?
Yeah. I'm going to ask you to do that.
Well, thank you, Your Majesty, for being so gracious. May I have your permission to retire?
You have. I've enjoyed talking with you, my loyal subjects, and now I look forward to seeing you each day of the races and on the night of the coronation.
Thanks ever so much, Miss Overton, and good luck. So that brings us up to 56 and a half, 3.5 minutes of 8 o'clock. Now let me see if I can find something very appropriate here for the lovely queen. Oh, there must be something. Yeah, oh, yes. New Artie Shaw recording.
tell